Hello, ladies, gents, and high munchers of the holy butt. We return to the daily challenge of Spelunky. It is the 13th of July. And I had to have a very, very serious conversation with you fellas. I thought I was quite clear a little ways back in telling you guys to stop it with the constant unrelentless. Actually, it's not unrelentless, it's relentless. Unrelentless is something that you will actually let me rest for a little while. I wish you were unrelentless. You've been just relentlessly ordering garbage from the internet, and I told you fellas to stop doing that. Like I was extremely clear and very final with my demand that you better stop already, or there will be consequences. There will be very violent, bloody consequences. Nobody has stopped at all. In fact, you actually ramped up the entire ordering garbage online to have me deliver them to your door. And I think it's just unacceptable by now. It's just something that I can no longer take. Please spare me this horrible, torturous existence that you have inflicted upon me. Suddenly this became an instance of begging as opposed to being very adamant and extremely firm with you. I have put myself in a subservient position without even meaning to. I was like, I'm going to be very authoritarian about this and tell you what's what. Instead, suddenly as I turned to groveling for please stop. Go to your local store, just contract a horrible contagious disease. I don't care. Just stop going online and buying things so that I have to deliver them to you, because it's completely out of control. It's completely out of control. I cannot take it anymore. Been working 10 to 12 hours every single day. Every single day. Today, my day off, in which I record stuff for YouTube. This is like my second job kind of day, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't think of YouTube as a freaking job, but in a certain context you can think of it that way. This guy's not even worth murdering. What the freaking hell? I mean, obviously he needs to die out of principle, but not pleased with this situation right now. I am in no mood to be waiting a whole freaking minute for a ghost, so let's get out of here. My day off, absolutely sacred. Like, you look forward to it all day because you're working so damn hard all day long, all week long. It's like I need, like it used to be like, oh, days off are nice. I need this day off in order not to commit horrendous and fulminating suicide. Like, this is the one thing that is keeping me from ending it all. And you have the gall, you have the absolute cheek to ask me to work on my day off. Thank goodness they didn't tell me ahead of time, in which case you are compelled to do it. I just got up, and after doing all my morning ablutions, you see that message. Ooh, going to work. Thank goodness I can just ignore the crap out of it. With some guilt. Don't think that it's not. Don't think like, suckers. Sucks to be them. It's more like, well, sucks to be you, doesn't it? Sucks to be you. I wish I could help you, buddy. But if I don't do this, if I work one more day, well, you might not get me for the rest of the week, because I will just put a big, very sturdy noose around my neck and end everything forever. I'm very displeased with these two maniacs being over there. Let's see, make sure that there's nothing down here that I want before we leave. So far, not terribly impressed with this scene. I'm not gonna lie to you. Far be it from me to tell you a lie and tell you, oh, this scene is pretty good. Absolutely not. What will be served by talking up this absolutely atrocious piece of garbage seed so far? But you know, the rung is young. It could all turn up, become a lot better. This may be the time where we're going to ghost, because, you know, the vault should be here. unless it is an extra double plus garbage seed. And we're actually going to be completely bereft of money. So, you know, post office is in shambles. I don't think I have made it a secret of this. And it is what I deal with for 40, no, these days it's like 50, no, I wouldn't say 60, because of my incredible and well-earned seniority. I don't get crapped on as much as, you know, the more junior carriers, because I am an old-timer by now. I'm an old and tired, sad mailman that can look at all those young whippersnappers and be like, I remember when I started out. Things were so different back then. We didn't have to scan packages. We could fart around for 2 hours at a time. Nobody was tracking us. Now, you get tracked every second of your life. You can't screw around at all. It's just a rough time, man. You have any idea? Oh, geez. Explosions would be pretty bad for my health. Have any idea how much easier the job used to be? Like nowadays, I have to work at it. Oh boy. I don't endorse it. I hate everything involved in this situation. I can't even ghost today, which is probably a positive for some of you fellas. I do have spike shoes. Please don't kill my life. Good. Alright, now that... Oh! Ooh! Now that we have worked out the timing, I was in the process of saying we can work out the timing here. Oh boy. There you go. We kind of need this chest, you see. We can stomp him, but he stunned himself like an absolute idiot. Get me out of here. Well, I won't even be able to ghost the stuff at the top, and I don't have the bombs to get into this vault. Like, this is a complete disaster of a complete disaster of a run. What a garbage gobbling seed. Absolute trash. Can't even get up there with the shotgun jump, huh? Because it's such a strange spot here. Maybe if I... Yeah, it's really difficult. There we go. That's a tough one. I mean, damn it! He left these gems to be ghosted. I'm gonna ghost it. Jeez. Anyway, there is a component of you made this bed, now you lay on it. Obviously not the local guy that is, you know, hoping that I come into work. He does what he can with the instruments that he's giving. But it is no secret, and it's been a long time coming. It's been for over a year now. The volume is just too much, and we need more people. And you higher up ain't going to do anything about it. They just tell you to deal with it, and you get into situations where people are making literally almost $500 in a single day because they worked their day off, and that was all overtime and double time once they went past 8 hours. And it's like, how is it worth it to pay somebody $500 for 1 day of work as opposed to pay a new hire barely $150? It is just so idiotic. Anyway, enough post office doldrums for me. The gist of it is that's why you've seen quite a few less uploads in the channel, and also the secondary channel. Been skipping days here and there. Very, very heartbreaking for me. I hate it. But you know, you work so long and then you get home, all you want to do is just fart onto a couch. Not even worry about a damn thing. I've also been working on other things, more time-consuming things. Get wrecked, scumbag. Been working on doodling the biggest mandala that you have ever conceived of. And it's an extremely therapeutic process. It is an endeavor that I very much enjoy. I am perhaps 1/3 of the way done after like 10 hours of work. I don't even consider it work though. It's like really good time. I know. Oh, okay. There it is. I saw the black mark down there. It's like, I know that it pinged. Just trying to locate it while talking about nonsense. All my life, if there is a pen and there is idle, mindless situation, I will grab that pen and something will be drawn on a piece of paper. And most often than not, it's just abstract shapes and patterns without any rhyme or reason. Or they start like that, often just a circle, a square, any kind of thing. They start like that and I keep doodling all around it. Trying to determine whether it's worth going down there. It's just absolute trash here. Let's chug and jump my way back up. Not really. Wow. Just go out, huh? Just go for the black mark and hope for a good one, I guess, to save this atrocious garbage seed. Man, thank goodness I didn't just charge in because they got immediately pissed. So all my life that's been a thing, and I never realized. You can just jump in here and start shooting. Yeah, I never realized that you can take that and make it into something worthy of displaying. That's a strange way to put it, but there's this channel on YouTube, and right now I forget the name of it. I think it's Paul Draws, but I could be 100% wrong about that. There's this guy who has made, I don't know if it's a profession. He definitely looks professional, and I'm sure that he's a professional artist, but this aspect of it, he has taken doodling to like the highest echelon of artistry. He made doodling into an incredible art form. He will start with some shape. He probably has some idea of what he wants to draw, and is mostly drawing really aesthetically pleasing doodles. All these patterns and stuff that suggest at some kind of recognizable form, but not quite. There'll be like a theme to them, like a pipescape or some kind of skyline and stuff like that. And it's not completely that. It's just something that looks like it, and it's just basically starting for a small single shape and expanding that, and he kind of, as since it's something that I've actually done, it is really interesting how it starts as a weird shape. There you go. And then it kind of, all by itself, takes on a nature of its own, and you start recognizing, oh look, this is actually starting to look like something, and then you embrace that. I think there's a decent choice here, maybe. Oh, that worked out. I think that's the way I wanted it to work out, but perfect outcome. Well, we did get some bombs. But anyway, I saw this guy's channel. I was like, wow, this is what I've done all my life, but so much better. I didn't know you could like focus on this kind of craft to actually make it something worth looking at. And man, I wish I had the memory. You know what? We're going to. Oh, but Spelunky has a thing where sometimes when I tab out, it hangs up. So I don't want to do that. I was about to say I'm just gonna tab out and look at it because the man deserves his credit, because it's some really cool art that he puts on the channel, on his channel. And one of the things he does is mandalas, which are, if you're unaware of what the hell that is, I didn't know what they were, or rather I had seen them, I didn't know the name of them. It's like highly geometrical shapes and patterns that you work on, and they become extremely aesthetically pleasing to the eye. It's just all these geometrical shapes. Most often they're going to be circular in nature, and they're just going to be just this gorgeous art. I really like them. Okay, I really like them, so I'm going to make the biggest, because that's another part of my nature. Like, when I start a project, I don't like the idea of, oh, let's just start small and work from there. I start something and I'm going to be the greatest. Obviously, in this era of the internet where the greatest is often so insanely unattainable. You know, it used to be the greatest would be just having the biggest schlong in your village. That was the greatest. But now you're competing with Mandingo and all the other whatever the hell super amazing mega dongers out there. It's like you're completely outmatched because the sample size has become so large, like those dongers, that you just can't compete anymore. You need a new and more restrained frame of reference. But no, I still have that mentality. Now and then I'm like, I'm going to make the biggest thing, and I am sure it's not the biggest, but man, it is quite the project, and I am very happy with how it's turning out. It's really, and it's something that it doesn't even feel like oh man, I'm working so hard on it. It's just mindless doodling. Not really mindless. Let me take that back. I'm trying to see if there's any more money to be grabbed here, even though this seed is absolute garbage. There is just no real reason to stick to it and ghost in it anymore because holy crap, it's absolute trash. But damn it, just wanted to get a little bit of money, okay? It's not mindless. I do put a lot of thought into what makes an interesting pattern, but it is just such a good time. Relaxing. I think the main thing is just relaxing. It's like you put that. It's all digital, which is another thing that I wanted to do. Mandalas, doing them by hand. It's another very relaxed process, but you need to use a lot of tools and a lot of, geometrical shapes. Make sure to measure things right if you want it, if you want it to look nice. You know what? Just open up the floodgates for this idiot and just let him do what he will. Please, that bug belongs to me. And all those bombs? Hell yeah! Pleases me greatly. Yeah, there's no reason why that torch is ever going to go out, right? It's definitely a sentence that I will not go back and regret to. Yeah, still. He's probably going to get tiki trapped. But I think they can actually get up here, so I really cannot let my guard down around this weirdo. And I don't really want to throw a bomb down there, but I'm gonna do it. I didn't want to because it will destroy the tiki traps. I guess now it's too late, because I did it. I was very much hoping it will do the job. Instead I have to take it into my own hands. So the torch came all the way over here, lit up the way. No real reason to go over there. Oh boy. Destroyed, disgusting plant. There's a lot of danger. Whatever happened to the torch? I think it's next to the ones that got lit up on behind the corpse. Yeah, there it is. Lots of light over there. But anyway, to finish up that entire train of thought, I wanted to make it digital because digitally making mandalas is a super what there was a one-person gap, and I went down to put one-person gap, but I went forward slightly too far, and I just got stabbed in the face. Is anybody surprised that that happened? I'm not terribly surprised that that happened, because I am a useless piece of garbage. There's I guess it's a vault here somewhere. Beats me. Where the hell is the vault? Not like it matters anymore. I think it's somewhere up there in the corner. Probably behind, yeah. No, down here. You're a nightmare. You're a nightmare to ghost. And I'm already out of money. I mean, out of a life. You're nearly impossible to get the ghost down there. This is the worst daily challenge seed of all time. Of all time! That is a very unlikely assertion there. I am certain that there's been way worse than this, but boy, absolute garbage, and me throwing my life away like that on a whim. Might as well continue telling you that digitally, it is so easy to make circular patterns with a multi-tool. There's all these symmetry functions and all that stuff. So I was like, I'm going to take advantage of that, and I'm going to make something huge. It's going to be enormous. And it's not 100% abusing that. Those digital tools, please. I need to get out of here. What a frog hell. I have entered frog hell. Just surrounded by amphibian flesh. So eventually that's going to exist. And hopefully it will be very, very aesthetically pleasing to anybody that watches it. Of course, then I'll speed it up the process. It will probably be a 30-hour process. You'll be seeing it in 15 to 20 minutes. It will be just magical. I really, really enjoy that. The entire recording, the whole the drawing, the making of the drawing, and then speeding it up and watching that happen. It's so cathartic. It's extremely cathartic to watch something that you spend so much time on and that you agonized over because of your poor decisions and bad line making. Callie, somebody set us up the bomb. Oh, get this garbage out of you. Can't believe you've been surrounded by such violence. You deserve none of this bad treatment. Alright. So anyway, that's what I got on that department. How you like it? How you like it? Been kind of embracing the entire artistry aspect of things. Because you see, at the bottom of all this, like you've probably seen a more artistic flair to the projects that I've done lately. And this is something that I have mentioned before. The grind is getting old. The grind is getting old of putting out gameplay content every single day. It's like, while it's still fun, it's not that fulfilling, you know? And I've been kind of focusing more of, okay, what actually sets me apart from gameplay channel number 77? And that is not the gameplay at all. Obviously, Spelunky going to remain unaffected. Like I have mentioned several times before, Spelunky has like a therapeutic effect on me. It's something that I enjoy very much from a perspective of working out all my nonsense. My goodness, all these mines are garbage because there's 0 gems in the walls. Not like I would Ghost at this point, but it's the principle of it. This seed continues to be absolute trash. Is the damsel dead, or did we already rescue her? I think it's probably dead, right? I would have sacrificed him, but who the hell knows at this point? Oh no, it's not even flesh to give unto Callie, and I made sure. It should be given all that she's due. And also Spelunky is what you fellas want to watch, so it will be silly for me to be like, oh, I'm just going to throw into the garbage. Nah, I still have fun playing Spelunky. It's still a good time, and of course, you know, Spelunky 2 is coming out, and I'm going to be playing the crap out of that. So interrupting this Spelunky flow right now will be pretty damn silly from many different perspectives. And I don't wanna. Like, the bottom line is, I don't wanna. I still feel good about playing Spelunky, and with commentary and recording, I'm putting it out there for you. So why the hell will I stop? But all the other ancillary stuff, all the other, you know, oh, let's play through this game kind of thing. It's like, I'm gonna, wow, that was fulminating there, Mr. Mammoth. That was very, very satisfying to watch. That man deserved every bit of it. In fact, it was too fast of a death for him. You should have worked a little bit harder to make him suffer. Look, we've been denied several vaults. This vault is too damn easy to not. What the frickin' hell was that? This vault is too damn easy not to get in there. I'm ghosted, okay? I know that is 2 minutes away. A while. It's gonna be worth it. Let's remember, I don't need to sacrifice myself because I've done it before where, you know, I lost the Ankh, but then I forget it and I go through the motions. What's this shopkeeper music? Suspicious. Very suspicious. How's this man still alive somewhere? I suppose maybe he fell like somewhere down here and there's no way down. Or maybe the music's stuck. I believe the music's stuck. There's no way he's still alive. Yeah, the music's stuck. So hopefully it won't just come out of nowhere and just end my life. No Kapala for me. No Kapala for me. So, you know, it's very unlikely there will be more playthroughs after I'm done. I've several times before I've said it. I hate leaving things unfinished. I will definitely finish RimWorld. I'm still having a great time playing Slay the Spire, so I'll probably just put it all in this channel again. I think that's in fact going to be what's going to happen. Look, I'm going to get a Vault Ghosted and into my pocket. And if you don't like that, well, you can just fast forward 30 seconds where I can grab it and we can keep on going. But then you will miss me making fart noises like I always do when I'm trying to tell you interesting things. And fart noises are the most interesting to ever come out of my mouth. The most disgusting wet farts you can imagine. This is the quality commentary that you come here for. What was that? You guys see the little thing getting broken there? That was weird. I wonder what kind of entity that was. Maybe that was the shopkeeper trapped in the walls. He became a ghost of his own. Amazing. Incredible. Anyway, get this vault. This principled vault. And we can carry on. Get the hell out of here. I was listening to the radio in the morning before I got off my sorry ass because, you see, getting up, I am not a morning person. I used to be. It is weird. Weird how I've changed through the years. I am not a morning person. My wife absolutely is. She has the inhuman, unfathomable ability to just spring out of bed and start doing exercise. It's like, are you some kind of alien? Are you some crazy genetically engineered superhuman that knows no fatigue? Actually, no, she gets extremely tired in the evening, you know, but you know what I'm talking about. It's like, how you would do that? And the thing is, I used to do that. I used to be that guy. Get up real early, work out. In my teens, early 20s. Now, getting out of bed is not a process. It's not routine. It's an everyday ordeal. Well, off I go. It's all good though. There were two Yetis superimposed. Spelunky with his dastardly tricks. Once again, trying to get me dirty. But no, I was able to stop that happening from my incredible ability to bounce off walls safely. Oh yeah. Getting out of bed is some kind of eldritch ritual that pulls my soul from the dark beyond and back into my body. It's just an everyday ordeal in which I never win. I just barely limp by the goal of getting out of bed. And it really doesn't matter how long I sleep. It doesn't matter how late I stayed up. It does not help that I often stay up far too long and that kind of stuff. But even in the weekends where I sleep a nice good 8 hours, getting out of bed is still like, ugh. This woman, it's like her eyes snap open and she springs out of bed, starts doing push-ups. What the freaking hell is your problem? You stop making me look bad with your incredible ability to not be a lazy piece of garbage in bed, okay? All right, so I don't know where I was going with all that. There was a reason why I started saying that. And now I don't remember. Oh, yeah. Because I was laying there trying to wake up. You know, you put on the radio. Whoa. The events of the day. And incredibly, NPR wasn't taking about some race issue anymore. It seems like NPR, and I cannot be the only one that has noticed this. NPR is National Public Radio for you fellas that are not in the United States. I used to just listen to that every day, get the news of the day and all that stuff. I can't anymore. I can't. they are so singularly obsessed with race and race issues and racism. It's always some story about racism, race. It's like, holy crap. For somebody that wants racism to stop, you sure are obsessed with it. Damn. It's constant and relentless. But anyway, it was not happening today. Today they were just talking about the weather in Fairbanks. Amazing. It's the wettest it's been historically ever since the beginning of records. This July. Why am I still floating around? Oh yeah, because we want to go to the mothership. Let's go. Okay, there's an idol there. You gotta go get it. You gotta do it. I know that we're not making even a fortune anymore. We're just playing for the funsies of it. But I'm going to go get it. I don't even know what point I wanted to make there. Just telling you that climate has definitely changed in Fairbanks, Alaska. Not even going to, you cannot possibly attribute it or not attribute it to climate change. It's just a fact of things that are happening right now. Causes are beyond my pay grade, but it is incontestable that climate has changed in Fairbanks, Alaska. I don't know if this is anecdotally or very pattern worthy. That's the exit right there, right? I am inclined to believe, though, that there is quite the component of climate change because, part of the consequences that everybody has anticipated for climate change is for Arctic regions to become warmer, and that is 100% the case here in Alaska. Even back 10 years when I first came up here, it was colder, man. There is no question about that. Of course, climate change is supposed to happen over a much longer span of time. So definitely not something that convinces me in isolation that is, conclusive proof or nothing. It wasn't the exit, huh? It was actually another alien lord here. But the exit was on the other side. And he is capable of finding me and shoot him in the face. So right after it happens, it's very annoying. This entire... Oh boy! The entire experience is very upsetting. Please continue on your descent into madness, you weirdo. How dare you? I don't know why I'm not using more bombs. It's like I'm hoarding them for some kind of gloaming in the future, some kind of reckoning of the bomb lord will come around and try to judge me worthy and unworthy. All according to plan, baby. The bomb overlord shall come in the end times and judge me worthy or unworthy depending on the amount of bombs in my inventory, and that is why I don't want to spend them. That is what's going on right now. Look, we came to the mothership. We did a lot of work. We barely survived. You bet your patootie. I'm going to stick around and I'm going to ghost the crap out of these gems. What I'm entitled to. Ghost coming from this side? No, it's not. Damn it, once more I have lost my train of thought. Oh yeah. The very non-controversial and completely fact-based climate change discussion. There's no question that, like, you look at the records and it definitely has become a lot warmer in Fairbanks, Alaska. Just Alaska in general. Over the last, 30, 40 years. You hear record lows, the typical radio thing. Oh, the record low was in so-and-so. And you hear numbers like 61 below in 1912. It's like, whoa, that ain't happening anymore. I have not seen a single, like the lowest I've ever seen in my, how long has it been? 12 years since I've been in Alaska? No, longer than that. We got married in 2005, brother. It's gonna be 15 years of marriage this year, in December. So yeah, I've been here in Alaska for 15 years, let's say. Lowest ever that I remember very clearly because I worked through it. 52 below. I had to go over to the freaking Eielson Air Force Base and freeze my asshole while standing there at those delivery units. I don't know if you have ever seen neighborhood units. It's like a metal box with a whole bunch of freestanding metal box with a ton of mail boxes in there. You know, it's like a unit for a whole neighborhood, and people come over to the centralized box that is freestanding in the middle of inclement weather. Delivering those all day, standing there with my 20 layers of clothes on at 50 below. Man, I remember that. And that is the absolute lowest temperature that I've ever been up here. But you hear the record lows, and it's like 60 something below all the time. I was like, what the fuck is up, brother? How do they make it? How do they make it, these people? And you might think, this is a Fahrenheit, by the way, but Celsius, 40 below is exactly the same on Celsius. So I guess 50 will be maybe 44 below, something like that. The scale is really weird. The formula is not linear, so I can't tell you. Actually, it is linear, but it is not linear. It's just a really strange formula that you actually have to do some real math for. It's not just addition and subtraction. It's like multiply by something and then add 13 or something stupid like that. And it's not trivial at all. So I never have a formula in my head. Here's the weirdo. I would love for him to receive a plasma splooge onto his face, as opposed to, you know, just letting him go crazy. So let's open up the area and throw a plasma splooge into his face, because that is just what entertains me greatly. Please go away. Kaboom! Ow. I grabbed the shotgun. Who among you saw that happening from 20 minutes away? I don't know, man. But it was like, in the back of my head, that was a possibility. But I was like, nah, that's not going to happen. The shotgun shooting out his hand and just throwing me straight into the abyss. And that's exactly what happened. Well, at least I have finished my train of thought. Let's see how people did in this seed. 1.6, that's very respectable, Pol Pot Noodle. That is very respectable indeed. This seed was absolute garbage. So I commend you for your incredible gumption and determination to make it to the end. That Mark guy also did pretty damn great in 4-4. I mean, you did get a lot of bombs towards the middle of it, so you could make it work. To these scores though, so well done peoples. Better than me. See you guys in the next one. Until then, do not obsess over things you cannot change.